Welcome to a video discussing what I think Bushiroad should restrict for Vanguard late 2019. Bushiroad Japan has announced that they will reveal a new restriction list on their live stream this August 20th, 2019. As someone who rarely plays standard and can't use any other deck in premium besides ZTB, I'm the most qualified person to judge what should get restricted because I'm totally not biased. Subtle full disclosure. Let's begin. For both standard and premium, colorful pastel Sonata and Caro. As mentioned in my previous restriction predictions, players should wait for VEB08 and VBT05 to affect the meta before making judgment in restricting anything in Bermuda Triangle. Unfortunately, even with those two sets along with VBT06, Bermuda's grasp on your fishing rods is too strong and is still the most used and consistent clan to top big events. The addition of Force 2 markers made it worse, since Bermuda Triangles were already pushing high numbers. Giving them an extra crit on top of that just made you question if you were a huge masochist for playing standard. Not only was Sonata and Caro the reason why Bermuda could push for high numbers with ease, their second abilities could easily let you call out more melody units than the times you got laid. Having them be restricted to 2 copies each will reduce the chances of them snapping your long fishing rods and make other colorful pastel cards like Serena become more useful than Sakura in Boruto's dad. As for the reason of restricting them in premium, Caro was practically made to ultimate stride into Megiddo-chan. Imagine the bullshit they can already do in standard, but they can also revive multiple Sonata from the drop zone, everyone getting additional 5k power on top of the power each copy of Sonata already provides, and switch between a Force 2 marker thus feeling like they took turns biting on your long fishing rod. The melody mechanic is too powerful to be left unchecked, and with more support coming this December 2019, the power balance of the clan needs to be addressed before Vanguard becomes a fish-infested wasteland. For premium, Stillwater Ichikishima and V-Series Silent Tom. Ever since I started this video series, this has been my most wanted choice restriction from being in the same deck. The only reason I never mentioned them in my recent ones is due to the meta shifted to Gizen at one point. But now thanks to the newer Ichikishima stride, Oracle Think Tank has reverted back into punishing players from trying to have fun. If I wanted to play Vanguard, where I couldn't guard my opponent's attacks, I would have played Vanguard 0 instead. Jamya can't go and Shiranui Rin. What's worse than being unable to guard with your cards in hand? By having said hand be discarded with nothing you can do to stop it. And here we all thought that Koko Shigarasu was the most bullshit play Nubatama can do with Rin, but Bushiroad decided it wasn't enough and gave them a easier way to screw with players since Star Vaders were introduced. A choice restriction on these cards from being in the same deck should be implemented as to not force players into another no fight no guard scenario. V-Series Bomains. A lot of you are pausing the video and typing in the comments that G-Series Kif should be the one that needs to be restricted. If that was the case, then Bushiroad should also restrict Nahus and Strike Dagger Dragon, because they basically do the same fucking thing. The only difference is that the newer Bomains can consistently get Gareth. The best way to reduce the consistency of this strategy without killing the deck is restricting Bomains down to 1 to 2 copies. Doing so will greatly reduce the amount of superior riding Blondezel from the deck with just 1 card and forces players to rely on using V-Series Wanderezel, which in turn reduces the G-Series Wanderezel in the builds, thus preventing them from drawing multiple cards with XL2 markers. Luxury Wavelli. Bushiroad, for the love of Messiah, restrict this G-Guard down to 1 already. Restricting it to 2 does nothing, since most Bermuda players would flip 1 copy of her with their first stride anyway. In order to make any remaining Ellie they have guard for at least 25k to 35k. What's funny is that Ellie is one of the few G-Guards that can bypass Abundant Waters Ichikishima's ability, giving Bermuda Triangles another tactical advantage on the meta on top of every bullshit they already have. That concludes this video discussing what I think Bushiroad should restrict for Vanguard late 2019. Be sure to subscribe and let me know in the comments if I'm overthinking things, because Bushiroad will hit nothing again.